here we are with Troy Corser, double Superbike champion, here in BMW paddock. So we are asking him something about his equipment. So how are you, Troy? Fine?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
You know, Misterhelmet talks about everything turns around the bike. So helmets, gear, and whatever the rider used to go fast. So what about your experience? You are using now Shark. How did you develop that helmet? Can you say us something about it?
Yeah, I've been with Shark helmets now for 3 years, I think, and for sure the helmet is very safe. Unfortunately, I've tested the helmet a few times, but never any problem. So for sure the weight of the helmet and the fit is very important. And Shark does a lot of work for the fit for the inside of the helmet. So I'm quite happy with the helmet side.
So what's your contribution to the helmet development? Do they ask you, so can you say something about what about the development? Do you give a contribution, a concrete contribution to the apparel, or usually you accept what they give you? What's your role? What's your job also in helmet developing or gear developing?
Yeah, I haven't really had anything to do with the development of the helmet. We normally get given the latest design, the latest shell, and like I said, for sure the fit on the inside is the important part for me, and they do a lot of testing, I think, on the street and also wind tunnel for stability. But I've never really had any problems with the helmet, so they're doing a pretty good job for the development themselves.
Do you have a racing assistant here with you, or you manage on your own for what you need before race and after race?
No, we have race service here at the circuit. He basically dries my helmet, changes the visors, cleans it and prepares it for the race with the tear-off system on the visor. So I normally have 4 helmets ready at all times with different visors, some different ventilation in some, and when it's extremely hot I also have one helmet made up with a drinking system, a hydration system, which I incorporate with the Alpine Star suit.
You are having a so long career in race, Do you remember the difference? Do you remember your first experience with apparel, when you were younger or a kid? Many things have changed. What can you say about that? Do you remember something interesting?
Well, it was when I first started racing, obviously I was buying all my equipment, and then slowly but surely I picked up some helmet sponsors and leathers. I've ridden now, like you said, for so long, I've pretty much worn every kind of helmet brand there is and almost every leather brand there is. So, but no, for me, like I said, I'm very happy with the level of the performance and the safety of the equipment today. Has definitely come a long way since I first come into the championship and started competing at world level.
So what about your gear, your apparel? You are racing with Alpine Stars, You have this strong relationship with them. So we went to Alpine Stars factory. We see your suits too. So how does it work in that sense? So they give you a full support. You go there often. How can you develop how can you decide your equipment?
Yeah, for sure. Alpine Star is a fantastic company to be with. They always have 3 or 4 assistants here at the circuit to help with some modifications or some changes to the suit, drying, and they're always coming up with new development stuff, protection gear, and also the leathers, the undersuits and stuff. So I've assisted them in some of the development of gloves and the suit ventilation and some back protectors. So it's good to be involved with the company and to get the change to try, and if we have to modify, they are right here at hand at the circuit to make some modifications for us.
So despite the helmet, in field of apparel or gear, you are a pioneer. You make some experimentation for them.
Yeah, we've tried a few things along the way, and they are now in the production. So this is good. For sure, the safety is the big thing for the development of the suit. Also the material that they use, the stitching, and also the padding in the elbows and stuff. So it's been good working with Alpine Star. I have a good relationship with them, and I hope it's going to continue until I finish.
So you have been racing for how long? 20 years? 20?
I have been racing for 20 years, but on the international world level, this is my 14th season. So it's a long career, and it's been good.
Always with the same amount of energy, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, I don't feel I'm getting any slower, and my fitness for sure. I train a little bit more now than what I did when I was younger because it just seemed to come a bit easier. But no, it's good to be still competitive at the front. You know, especially bringing the new BMW into the championship and developing the bike at the racetrack whilst we're trying to qualify and get ready for the race. So it's been a very challenging season this year, but all the engineers and mechanics have done a fantastic job, and now the bike is improving and improving every time very quickly. So this is good. So I'm very happy, and for sure we still have some more development to do with the bike for the remaining of this season in preparation for next year. Good operation with everyone.
So this is the pure Aussie attitude, isn't it?
Well, you know, I think we're fairly easy going, and for sure we push to get to the front, but for sure I think maybe we're a bit more calm than some other nationalities. They start throwing things and yelling and screaming, but I find that I like to keep calm, keep the mechanics very relaxed and no stress, so they can concentrate on the job.
So what about your full development you're achieving now with this bike? Is it 90% experience, 10 work, 50-50? How did you manage so quick development of the bike? How can you say in percentage?
Well, you know, I think for sure my experience and knowledge from riding the other machines and basically developing the bike to get to the front to be competitive has helped for sure the engineers a lot. But this is only possible to translate to the engineers if you have a good communication with the chief mechanic and everybody involved on the side. So this has been probably the biggest thing, that they let me bring some people in to help everybody, to help me and the team. And we're going forward quickly, so I'm very happy.
So, unfortunately, motorbike and two wheels is not only track. We always try to ask riders to give some tips to people riding upstairs. Can you say some tips? Because it's right to risk here inside on the track, but outside is it so dangerous? So can you say something to people who ride outside?
Well, if you're riding on the street on a bike, just use it for recreation, just for fun, not to try to go fast or to race your friends. If you think you're fast on the street, go to a racetrack and see how fast you are, because this is where you can really push, and if you happen to make a small mistake, you slide, you pick up the bike, and you're fine. So I don't recommend people ride bikes on the street fast, pretty much. Just to enjoy and take your time. And like I said, if you think you're fast on the street, go to a racetrack and see how fast you are, because you can think you're the fastest on the street and you'll be nowhere on the racetrack. So, but at least you have the opportunity to try, and the safety is there at the racetrack as well. You know that there's nothing on the surface of the road. There's nothing coming the other direction. Everyone's in the same position. So, yeah, do a track day.
Are you an everyday motorbiker, or you are satisfied enough by a track experience or a track job?
To be honest, I very rarely ride a motorcycle on the street. I do when I go back to Australia at Christmas time, just with some friends. Like I said, it's not a street bike, it's a Harley Davidson. I just cruise along and just relax with some friends. And so I get enough of my fast thrills here on the racetrack, and like I said, I enjoy to sit back in the car and relax and out in the street.
And you prove it definitely. So thank you very much for your time. I know it has been a really heavy day for you, so I can say good luck for tomorrow. Okay, be good for tomorrow. If you want to say thank you, goodbye to our Misterhelmet.com viewers, so we would appreciate that.
It's good to see you guys are here, and the interest is very high with all the information. It's not normal that you can get this sort of information, so this is fantastic that you've got the opportunity to see the inside of the track. So thanks for the support, and I'll see you soon.